Good morning, students. Welcome to chemistry class. This is Vivian Razu presenting the today's lesson. Today's topic is filling of electrons in orbitals. In order to study the rules which are useful in filling of electrons in various orbitals, let us know the energies of various orbitals in an atom. That is, the relative energies of various atomic orbitals is to be known. You know that in atoms, electron can have only certain permissible values of energies. That is, the energies of electrons are quantized. These permissible states of electrons are called energy levels. The relative energies of various energy levels for hydrogen and hydrogen-like atoms are same. You know that there exists one orbital in first energy level, there exists 4 orbitals in the second energy level, 2s orbital and 3 2p orbitals. There exists 9 orbitals in the third energy level, the 3s energy level, the 3p energy levels and 5 3d energy levels. The fourth main energy level has 16 orbitals, 1 4s orbital, 3 4p orbitals, 5 4d orbitals and 7 4f orbitals and so on. So in this way, as the number of energy level increases, that is the principal quantum number of the energy level increases, the number of orbitals present in the energy level also increases. In the case of single electron species like hydrogen atom or hydrogen-like species He plus and Li2 plus ion, the orbitals of the same main energy level possesses the same value of energy. For example, in the second main energy level there are 4 orbitals, 1 2s orbital and 3 2p orbitals, and all the 4 orbitals possess the same amount of energy. In the same way, all the 9 orbitals present in the third main energy level possesses the same amount of energy. The 16 orbitals present in the fourth main energy level also possess the same amount of energy. Whereas in the case of multi-electron species, it is not like that. In the case of multi-electron species, suppose there are more number of electrons in an atom, or suppose there are more than one electron in an atom, then the energies of various orbitals present in various main energy levels are not identical. In the first main energy level, there is only one orbital, that is 1s orbital. There is no problem with 1s orbital, as there is only one orbital in the first main energy level. Whereas in the second main energy level, there are 4 orbitals, one s orbital and 3 p orbitals. The energy of s orbital is less than the energy of p orbitals. But all the 3 p orbitals possess the same amount of energy, as the principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number are same for all the p orbitals. The p orbitals, 3 p orbitals present in the p subenergy level are degenerate orbitals, but the energy of s orbital in the second main energy level is less than the energy of p orbitals in the second main energy level. In the same way, there are 3 kinds of orbitals: s orbitals, p orbitals and d orbitals in the third main energy level. 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals and 5 d orbitals are present in the third main energy level. Here also, the energy of s orbital is less than the energy of p orbital, which is less than the energy of d orbital. So the different orbitals in different subenergy levels do not possess the same energy in the case of multi-electron systems. S orbital possesses lower energy than p orbital. P orbital possesses lower energy than d orbital in a main energy level. In the same way, in the fourth main energy level, the energy of s orbitals is less than the energy of p orbitals, and the energy of p orbitals is less than the energy of d orbitals, and the energy of d orbitals is less than the energy of f orbitals. But all the three p orbitals possess the same amount of energy, as they are said to be the degenerate orbitals, and all the 5 d orbitals possess the same amount of energy, and all the 7 f orbitals are also degenerate in nature. That means they possess the same amount of energy. So in these 4 different kinds of orbitals, how many orbitals are there on the total in the fourth main energy level? There are 16 orbitals. Among those 16 orbitals, the 7 f orbitals possess one amount of energy, the 5 d orbitals possess one amount of energy, 3 p orbitals possess one amount of energy, and s orbital possesses one amount of energy. The energies of various orbitals in a main energy level are in the order s less than, p less than, d less than f. That means in a main energy level, s orbital possesses less energy than p orbital possesses lesser energy than d orbital, and d orbital possesses lesser energy than f orbital. In the case of fourth main energy level, the energies order is in this way: 4s less than 4p, 4p less than 4d, 4d less than 4f. But there are 3p orbitals, 5d orbitals, and 7f orbitals. All the 3p orbitals possess same amount of energy. All the 5d orbitals possess same amount of energy, and all the 7f orbitals possess same amount of energy. In the same way, in the third main energy level, only 3s, 3p, and 3d orbitals are existed. The energy of 3s is less than 3p, and energy of 3p is less than 3d. Here also, 4s, the energy of 3s is less, energy of 3p is a little high. All the three possesses the same amount of energy, and the d orbitals, 5 d orbitals possess the same amount of energy. When n is greater than or equal to 3, you might have observed that the energy of an orbital in a lower energy level might have greater than the energy of electron in the higher energy level. When n is greater than or equal to 3, that is from third main energy level onwards, the orbital present in the lower energy level may have more energy than the energy possessed by the orbital in the higher energy level. For example, the energy of 3d is slightly less than 4s. This is the energy of 3d, and this is the energy of 4s. 4s is a little downwards when compared to 3d, so 3d has greater energy than 4s. But actually, you know that when the principal quantum number increases, the energy of the orbital gradually increases. But in the case of sub-energy levels, the n value alone cannot decide the energy of the orbital. The energy of an orbital depends upon both n and l values. N and L values, both n and l values decide the energy of an orbital, or n plus l value decides the energy of an orbital. For an orbital, if n plus l value is less, the energy of that orbital is less. The orbital which has the lower value of n plus l will have lesser energy compared to the orbital which has the higher value of n plus l. For example, in the case of 3d and 4s, the principal quantum number of 3d is 3 and the azimuthal quantum number of 3d is 2, l is equal to 2. So 3 plus 2, in the case of 4s orbital, 4 plus 0. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. You know that 5 is greater than 4. So energy of 3D is greater than energy of 4s. Though 3D belongs to third main energy level and 4s belongs to fourth main energy level, energy of 3D is lower than energy of 4s. What would be the reason? The reason is n plus L value of 3D is more than the n plus L value of 4s. In the same way, suppose in sometimes the n plus L value may be same. For example, 3D and 4p. Let us see the n plus L values. For 3D, n plus L is equal to 3 plus 2. For 4p, n plus L is equal to 4 plus 1. This is 5. This is also 5. 5 is equal to 5. It doesn't mean that energy of 3D orbital is equal to energy of 4p orbital. In such a case, that is, if the n plus L value of two orbitals is same, then the orbital which has the lower n value has the lowest energy. So energy of 3D is less than 4p. The reason is, though n plus L is 5, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5 and 4 plus 1 is equal to 5, though n plus n value is same, for 3D orbital, n value is less. For 3D, n is equal to 3. For 4p, n is equal to 4. You know that 3 is less than 4, so 3D has lower energy than 4p orbital. So in this way, the energies of various energy levels can be decided and various energy levels can be written in the increasing order of their energies. The order of various energy levels can also be found by using the diagram known as the Euler's diagram. This diagram is known as Euler's diagram. This diagram is helpful in identifying the order of energies of various orbitals. The lowest energy orbital is 1s orbital. After that, the next lowest energy orbital is 2s orbital. After 2s, the lowest energy orbital is 2p. After 2p, the lowest energy orbital is 3s. And after 3s, the lowest energy orbital is 3p. And after 3p, the next lowest energy orbital is not 3d but 4s. Though 3d is belonging to third main energy level, its energy is more than 4s orbital. So 4s orbital has lesser energy than 3d orbital. And after 3d, the lowest energy orbital is 4p, and after 4p, 5s. After 5s, the next lowest energy orbital is 4d orbital. After 4d orbital, 5p orbital, then 6s orbital, then 4f orbital, then 5d, 6p, 7s, 5f, 6d, 7p, 8s, and so on. By using this diagram, we can easily identify the order of energies of various orbitals. There are two methods. One is n plus L method and the other one is by using the Euler's diagram to identify the order of energies of various orbitals. According to this, the order of energies of various orbitals is 1s less than 2s, which is less than 2p, less than 3s, less than 3p, less than 4s, less than 3d, less than 4p, less than 5s, less than 4d, less than 5p, less than 6s, less than 4f, less than 5d, less than 6p, less than 7s, less than 5f, less than 6d, less than 7p, less than 8s. This is the order of energies of various orbitals according to Moyle's diagram. From the values of n plus L also, we get the same order. For 1s orbital, the n plus L value is 1. For 2s orbital, the n plus L value is 2. For 2p orbital, the n plus L value is 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. For 3s orbital, the n plus L value is 3. For 2p and 3p, though the n plus L values are 3, 2p has a lower principal quantum number than the 3s orbital, so energy of 2p is less than 3s orbital. For 3p, the n plus L value is 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4. For 4s also, the n plus L value is 4. 4 plus 0, that is equal to 4. In the case of 4s and 3p orbitals, though the n plus L value is 4, the 3p has the lowest value of principal quantum number than 4s orbital, so energy of 3p is less than the energy of 4s. Don't confuse that n plus L value gives the energy. N plus L value doesn't give the energy directly. N plus L value decides the order of energy. If we calculate the n plus values of two different orbitals, the orbital with lower n plus value has lower energy than the orbital with higher n plus value. If the n plus values of two orbitals are same, then among those two orbitals, the orbital which has the lowest value of n, that is lowest principal quantum number, possesses lower energy. According to that, the 3p orbital has lower energy than 4s orbital, though the n plus values of 3p and 4s are 4. For 3d orbital, the n plus value is 3 plus 2, 5. For 4p, n plus value is 4 plus 1, that is also 5. Again, n plus L values are same, but 3d has a low principal quantum number than 4p, so 3d has a lower energy than 4p. Among 4p and 5s, again here also 5, the same principle applies here also. 4d, 4 plus 2, that is equal to 6. In the same manner, we can check the order of the orbitals in the increasing values of energy. The values obtained or the order of orbitals obtained by n plus L method is same as the order of orbitals obtained by using the Moyle's diagram. Next, ground state and excited state. Ground state and excited state. Ground state of atom. What is meant by ground state of atom? The state of an atom in which all the electrons in it occupy their lowest energy levels as required by the n plus L values. According to the n plus L values, different main energy levels can accommodate different number of electrons. The first energy level can accommodate only 2 electrons. Second main energy level can accommodate 8 electrons. Third main energy level can accommodate 18 electrons. And fourth main energy level can accommodate 32 electrons. Once the 2 electrons are filled in the first main energy level, the next 8 electrons need to be filled in the second main energy level, and so on. If the electrons occupy the orbitals in their lowest possible energy levels, that is lowest possible energetic orbitals, then that state is said to be the ground state. For example, hydrogen. Hydrogen's atomic number is 1. It has 1 electron only. The lowest possible energetic state of hydrogen is 1s. There exists only 1 electron, so there will be 1 electron in 1s orbital. This is the normal state or ground state of hydrogen atom. If this electron gains a quantum of energy, this may be excited to either 2s orbital. If gets excited to 2s orbital, its electron will be in the s orbital of the second main energy level, and this state is said to be the first excited state. You know that 2p orbital also possesses the same amount of energy in a single electron system. It may get excited to 2p state also. So this is also called the excited state. Then it will be 2p1. So either 2px1 or 2p1, either 2s1 or 2p1 in the first excited state of hydrogen atom. But in the case of multi-electron system, the energy of 2s is lower than the energy of 2p. That is, if this is the energy of 2s, the energy of 2p will be a little higher compared to 2s. So in the case of multi-electron system, if an electron from lowest energy is excited to highest highest energetic states correspondingly, then it is said to be the first excited state, second excited state, third excited state, and so on. Excited state is the state where the electron occupies the highest energy state than the permissible energy states with the lowest energy levels. So if electron in hydrogen is present in 2s or in 2p or in 3s or in any of the higher orbitals instead of 1s orbital, that state is said to be the excited state. Depending on the energy differences in the highest orbital and the least energetic orbital in hydrogen, different excited states are possible for hydrogen atom. If electron goes to 2s, it is the first excited state. If electron goes to third main energy level, it is the second excited state, as 2s and 2p possesses the same energy in the case of hydrogen. If electron goes to fourth main energy level, that is the third excited state. The ground state is the first state, that is first energy level, whereas first excited state is the second energy level, and second excited state is the third energy level, and third excited state is the fourth energy level for hydrogen atom. That means in the ground state, all the electrons present in the atom occupy their lowest possible energetic orbitals, which are permissible from the values of n and l. The limitation is permissible number of electrons only will occupy those orbitals. First orbit cannot accommodate, first energy level cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons. So we should not write more than 2 electrons in the first energy level. Second main energy level cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons. A maximum number of 8 electrons can be accommodated in the second energy level. And a maximum number of 18 electrons only can be written in the third main energy level, and so on. If one of these electrons in these lowest energetic states in the ground state or ground level went to higher energetic state, that state is called the excited state. The excited state is not stable. If atom goes to the excited state, the electron in the higher energetic state loses a quantum of energy and comes back to the ground state within a fraction of a second, as the excited state is not stable. The filling of electrons in various orbitals is governed by certain rules known as Aufbau principle, Pauli's exclusion principle, and Hund's rule. Let us learn those 3 rules one by one. Aufbau principle. Aufbau means building up. It is a German word meaning building up. This rule governs how to fill the electrons in various orbital in writing the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration is nothing but the distribution of various electrons in the orbitals present in the atom. The distribution of electrons in various orbitals present in the atom is said to be the electronic configuration. In writing the electronic configuration, or in order to know the number of electrons present in each of the orbitals in an atom, we need to follow the Aufbau principle. Aufbau means building up. How the orbitals are built up is governed by this rule or this principle. Aufbau is not the name of the scientist. This means building up in German language. This principle is also known as building up principle. This Aufbau principle states that the electrons in an atom are so arranged that they occupy orbitals in the order of their increasing energies. What is the meaning? The electrons in an atom are so arranged that they occupy orbitals in the increasing order of their energies. That means the electrons are to be filled in the orbitals from lower energetic orbital to higher energetic orbital. The lower energetic orbitals are to be filled first before filling the higher energetic orbitals while filling the electrons in the orbitals. What is this rule? Lower energetic orbital is to be filled before the filling of the higher energetic orbital. The order of filling of various orbitals with electrons, that is 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 3p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s and so on. We already discussed this order just now. So what does the Aufbau principle state? This principle states that the orbitals are to be filled from the lowest value of their energies. The electron is to be written in the 2s orbital only when 1s orbital is completely filled with 2 electrons. The electron is to be written in the 2p orbital only when 1s orbital is filled with 2 electrons and 2s orbital is to be filled with 2 electrons, as s orbital can accommodate only 2 electrons. And before filling the electron in 3s orbital, the other 3 orbitals, that is 1s orbital, 2s orbital and 2p orbital, are to be filled completely with their maximum capacity. Here 1s can accommodate 2 electrons, 2s can accommodate 2 electrons and 2p has 3 orbitals. There are 3 2p orbitals, 2px orbital, 2py orbital and 2pz orbital. Each 2p orbital can accommodate 2 electrons. So the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a p subshell is, that is p sub energy level is 6. So all the 3 p orbitals together can accommodate 6 electrons. In the same way, the 3p orbitals also can accommodate 6 electrons. And d orbitals, 3d orbitals can accommodate 10 electrons. There are 5 orientations for d sub energy level. Each orientation is said to be 1 orbital, and these 5 orbitals in 3d level, 3d sub energy level can accommodate a maximum of 10 electrons. When these orbitals before 4p are completely filled, then only the next electron is to be written in the 4p orbital. So in this way, the orbitals are to be filled with electrons in the increasing order of their energies. This principle is known as Aufbau principle. Let us go to the next principle or next rule, that is Pauli's exclusion principle. In the year 1925, Wolfgang Pauli discovered this principle. This principle is very useful in constructing the electronic configurations of atoms. This principle states that no two electrons in an atom can have the same values of all the 4 quantum numbers. Suppose there are 10 or 15 electrons in an atom. If you take any 2 electrons in the atom, they should differ at least in one of the values of 4 quantum numbers. These 3 quantum numbers may be equal, but they should differ at least in one of the 4 quantum numbers. That means all the 4 quantum numbers for any 2 electrons in an atom are not the same. That is the meaning of this Pauli's exclusion principle. You know that 2 kinds of spin are possible. One is the clockwise spin and anti-clockwise spin. Spin quantum number is either plus half and minus half. There is only a chance of or a possibility of 2 spins. That means spin quantum number can have only 2 values. Though the principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number and magnetic quantum number are same, the 2 electrons in a particular orbit should differ in spin quantum number. As there are only 2 possibilities of spin, an orbital can accommodate a maximum of 2 electrons only. That too, they occupy the orbital with opposite spins. That is, one electron in that orbital spins in the clockwise direction and the other electron in the orbital spins in the anti-clockwise direction. This principle excludes the entry of third electron in an orbital. According to this principle, each orbital is limited to 2 electrons only. The entry of third electron is excluded as the third way of spinning is not possible. Because of that, this principle is known as exclusion principle. This was proposed by Pauli, so this principle is called Pauli's exclusion principle. For example, if you take 2 electrons in helium atom, let us take helium atom. Helium atom has 2 electrons. Suppose for the first electron, the lowest energy state of helium is 1s. The first electron will occupy 1s orbital. The second 1s orbital can accommodate one more electron. So second electron also will occupy 1s electron. The second electron also will occupy 1s orbital. For the first electron, as it is in 1s orbital, the principal quantum number n is equal to 1 and azimuth, if principal quantum number n is 1, azimuthal quantum number L is 0. If azimuthal quantum number is 0, magnetic quantum number is also 0. For the second electron also, as it is present in the first main energy level, n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, L can have only one value, that is 0. If L is equal to 0, m value is also 0. That means for both the electrons, that is first electron and second electron, all the 3 quantum numbers n, L and m are same for the 2 electrons in helium atom, but they differ in the 4th quantum number plus half and minus half. For first electron, if the spin quantum number is plus half, the spin quantum number of the second electron will be minus half. Though 3 quantum numbers are same for the 2 electrons in helium, their spin quantum numbers are different. If you consider 2 electrons in 3s orbital and 4s orbital, for the electron in 3s orbital, principal quantum number n is equal to 3, azimuthal quantum number L is equal to 0, magnetic quantum number m is also 0. For the electron in 4s orbital also, principal quantum number n is equal to 4, azimuthal quantum number L is equal to 0 and magnetic quantum number m is equal to 0. If you take the electrons which are spinning in the same direction, the spin quantum number is half, suppose, Here also the spin quantum number is plus half, but they possess the same values of L, M and S, but they possess or they have different values of N. In this way, if you consider any two electrons in an atom, they differ at least in one of the quantum numbers. This is known as Pauli's exclusion principle. The next rule is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So far, the Aufbau principle governs the filling of orbitals in the increasing order of their energies. Our Aufbau principle states that the orbitals are to be filled in the increasing order of their energies. The Pauli's exclusion principle states that a maximum of 2 electrons can be accommodated in each orbital. One spins with clockwise direction and the other spins with the anti-clockwise direction. That is, only 2 electrons with opposite spins can be accommodated in any orbital. In the case of orbitals having the same energy, how the electrons are being filled? How do the electrons fill the orbitals in degenerate orbitals? Degenerate orbitals are the orbitals of the same subenergy level, that is the 3 orbitals of p subenergy level and 5 d orbitals of d subenergy level and 7 orbitals of f subenergy level are said to be the degenerate orbitals. This third rule, that is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, governs this filling of degenerate orbitals, that is orbitals of equal energies. When more than one orbitals of equal energies are available, then the electrons will first occupy these orbitals singly with the parallel spins. Electrons occupy the degenerate orbitals singly first. Though there is an accommodation for 2 electrons in each orbital, electrons will not pair up first. Electrons occupy the orbitals separately or singly in all the orbitals, all the degenerate orbitals. The pairing of the electrons will start only after all the degenerate orbitals are singly occupied. When does the pairing start? The pairing of electrons starts only after all the orbitals of a given sublevel are singly occupied. Let us see this rule with the help of one example. Suppose the p orbitals are being filled. There are 3 p orbitals in the second main energy level. Suppose there are 7 electrons in the atom, 2 electrons occupy the 1s level and 2s electrons occupy the 2s level and 3 more electrons are remained. So in filling these 3 electrons, the first electron fills, suppose in the first electron occupies the px orbital. The second electron either to pair with first electron or to occupy in the second orbital. That is, the sixth electron, in the case of sixth electron, there are 2 choices for the occupation. The fifth electron, suppose these are the 3 degenerate orbitals. 2 electrons are filled. 1s is filled with 2 electrons with opposite signs, opposite spins. 2s is also filled with 2 opposite spins. And the fifth electron enters in the one of the p orbitals. Suppose it enters in px orbital. Where does the sixth orbital enter? Either to pair up with the fifth electron or to occupy the empty orbital. It should not pair up with the fifth electron. It is to be occupied with the parallel spin in another degenerate orbital. When does the pairing of electrons start? If one more orbital is filled here, then only the pairing of electrons starts. If there is an orbital with the same quantity of energy is available, all these orbitals with the same quantity of energy are to be filled with one electron first. The pairing of electrons takes place when all the degenerate orbitals are singly occupied. Then only if there is one more electron, it pairs up with the first electron. So, according to this rule, this kind of occupation of electrons in the orbitals is wrong. The reason is, if one of the degenerate orbitals is empty, the electron will not pair up here. The electron should not pair up here. It has to occupy the third empty orbital. This kind of filling of orbitals singly with parallel spins reduces the repulsion between the electrons. As a result, the stability of the atom will be more. That is, the spin multiplicity of the atom will be more. If the spin multiplicity increases, the stability of the atom increases. So, maximum multiplicity is to be given by the filling of electrons in the degenerate orbitals. Because of that, this rule is called Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Electrons occupy the orbitals in order to give maximum multiplicity. We already discussed that the multiplicity is defined as 2 into sigma s plus 1. 2 into sigma s plus 1, where s is the spin of electron. Sigma s represents the total resultant spin of all the electrons. If more number of unpaired electrons are present, sigma s value will be more, though spin multiplicity will be more. If spin multiplicity is more, the stability of the atom will be more. So, among these two kinds of filling of orbitals, which one is correct? The second one is right, the first one is wrong. Why? In the first one, in the degenerate orbitals, one orbital is empty, but in another orbital, electron is paired up. This is against to Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. This leads to instability of the atom, whereas maximum spin multiplicity gives the stability to the atom. So, what are the rules which govern the filling of electrons? The Aufbau principle, the Pauli's exclusion principle, and the Hund's rule. These three rules govern the filling of electrons in various orbitals. According to Aufbau principle, the electrons are to be filled first in the lowest energetic orbitals. The electron is to be filled in the higher energy orbital only after the filling of the lower energy orbital, according to Aufbau principle. According to Pauli's exclusion principle, each orbital can accommodate a maximum of 2 electrons only. And according to Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, the electrons are to be filled in the degenerate orbitals singly first. When all the degenerate orbitals are occupied by one electron, then only pairing of electrons is to be taken place. If you follow these three rules, we can write the electronic configuration of any element. Let us continue this in the next class. Thank you.